What's going on, guys? Multiverse Corrupt here with another action figure review video. I'm very excited to get into this figure review. I've been waiting for this guy to show up in my mail. He's been pre-ordered for God knows how long now. I want to say I pre-ordered him back in November. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the box for you lovely box nuts, because I'm ready to get him out of here. So we have him inside this very weird running pose. Don't know why they put his arm all the way up here. Even if he is a speedster, his arm would only really come down to here. But you have the open face window here. You see everything he comes with, all the lightning accessories, and I'm ready to get into those as well. See how many photos we can take to drop them on Instagram. Down here at the bottom, we have DC Multiverse ReverseFlash. Says the same thing. Well, kind of. It says ReverseFlash DC Rebirth here on the side. A beautiful shot of what the trading card's going to look like. Him running. I love the speed effect that they have going on in the background. ReverseFlash, DC Rebirth at the top. Down here at the bottom, other cards for other waves. I actually have only one of these, and it's the Dr. Fate. But I guess now I have him. Down here at the bottom, we have all the good old legal information and the barcode for you guys who love seeing that. And yeah, nothing really much at the top. Nothing going on this side except for ReverseFlash and DC Multiverse at the top again. So let's go ahead, rip this guy open, and see everything he comes with. So here we have the ReverseFlash guys out of the packaging with everything he comes with ported into him like they're supposed to be. I really am loving this figure. I loved getting him into this running pose. His ankle was a little loose down at the bottom. I had to balance him just a certain way, tilt him a little bit forward, but I'm okay with it. As long as he still looks like he's running and chasing or being chased by the Flash, I'm okay with it. This is definitely going to be like a #1 pose for me, especially when it comes to my speedster figures. This is really going to be the #1 pose. So let's go ahead and look at all of his accessories that he comes with. So here's all the accessories that ReverseFlash comes with, guys. Obviously he comes with the Mcfarlane stand. We won't get into that too much. DC on the front, foot peg there, nothing on the bottom. He does come with the wonderful trading cards. I do love, like I've said before, I love that they're taking pictures of the figure. It's a lot better for me to see the figure in action as opposed to a comic image just slapped on here. And here we have the back read up. If y'all want to pause that and read that right there, you can. Give y'all a little bit of time there. So we'll just set that down. And then when it comes with the accessories, this is all he comes with, is the lightning effect, or if you want to just call it the speed effect that he comes with. This plugs into his back and it moves up and down. Not really that warped. Yeah, they kind of run together, but that's also because it's supposed to be spread apart. They do have these little hinges and notches that it twists and turns on, but this is the only one that does that. The rest of them actually just plug into the figure itself and just kind of stay there. But I really do respect how much, like, I'm not going to say detail, but how they actually went through and gave it a consistent lightning effect instead of just being like, oh, let's just do a bunch of like squiggles sticking straight out and all haywire pointing every which direction. This is the way for me. This is obviously an attention grabber. And then you have the little ones right here. They're both the same. They do come, I'm just going to do one at a time, I guess. They do have the little port that plugs into the figure itself, like right here. You can just plug that right into the photo. It looks like he is speeding his arm up and down, up and down. Set him back off to the side here. These right here are actually the longer ones. These go for his legs, and the shorter ones actually go for his arms. Or if you like it the other way, you can do it that way too. They do all fit each peg. And here's this big boy here that plugs right into his foot. Obviously, you can tell that's like the heel of his boot there that plugs into. I love this. When I had it posed up, like, it really just gives it that extra effect of he's going as fast as he can to kill the Flash. And I really do love that. So with all of that said, let's jump into the figure, his articulation, and how he stands up compared to the Flash and Flashes of the multiverse. So here we have the Reverse Flash here, guys. He is a 7-inch figure, and even though he is the same body mold, actually he's about the other Mcfarlane ones that I've reviewed so far. Mcfarlane has been going for a higher scale, slightly taller than 7 inches. I'd say about 7 1/4 up to the top of his head. But like I've said multiple times before in the past, I'm okay with larger figures. It really does showcase all of his detail, the crevices, and what they have to offer when it comes to these bigger scale figures. But with all that said, let's go ahead and move into his articulation. So he does have a ball joint, head spins all the way around. He looks up, actually not like at all. Like that's as far as he goes when it comes to looking up. You can tilt his torso back due to his ab crunch being able to make him go farther back. But he does look down significantly better than other figures that I've had. Sometimes they just go about that far. He actually like touches his chin to his neck. So these ears, they don't move. Mine is also a little warped, especially this one. This one I can live with it being kind of back, but this one's like all the way over here. So I'll have to put like a hot rag on him and straighten him out some. I'll actually probably end up doing that on both sides because having one straighter than the other will bug me at the end of the day. His arms do have the little Mcfarlane butterfly joint in there so he can move his arms back and forth. His arms do stick out about that far and they do rotate all the way around. He does have a bicep swivel, although his shoulder is really stopping him from spinning all the way around. So mine just kind of goes back and forth. Maybe that's just mine. That might be y'all's as well. If so, let me know down in the comments if you're having any problems with your bicep swivels. He does have double hinges on his elbow. That way his arm can bend all the way up to his shoulder. His hand does have a hand swivel in there as well, and it does rotate all the way around. As for his ab crunch, like I said before, his ab crunch does make him go back about that far, and he does actually crunch down, but that's also with assistance with his waist as well. His waist is also on a ball joint too that makes him look farther back and farther forward. Good old Mcfarlane diaper, like always, just right there wrapped around his butt, to where when you lift this leg, it makes it go all the way up out of the way thanks to the diaper. But I did notice when I had him in that running pose, if you bring him back, you do get a little bit of that crotch gap, and it does grab. So if you want to fix that, you kind of have to stick it out and then shove it back in there. Or at least I do. I do that just because it makes me sleep easier at night, knowing that I'm not constantly warping this plastic. I know leaving him in a running pose for too long will have him warped, but I was able to fix that with my Flash down here to where, because when he showed up in the package in the running position, he was also a little warped with his Mcfarlane diapers. We'll get these two standing side by side here in just a second, guys. His knees do crunch all the way back, so he does have double hinged knees. His boots are on a ball peg as well, to where it points all the way down and points all the way up. He does have beautiful toe articulation and the wonderful ankle pivot. So, now that you put it in frame there, Multiverse. But yeah, he does have ankle pivot. Makes it to where, you can twist and turn him to he can get in those running poses. So now let's go ahead and get him sized up to the other Flashes. So here we have him posed up to the Mcfarlane 7-inch Flash as well. As you can tell, he is slightly taller than Barry Allen's Flash due to Mcfarlane going just slightly higher with his scale and figures lately. But I really do love how it is the exact same body sculpt. That might drive some people crazy, but I love how there's just that slight difference of no lightning on the chest, and obviously his emblem is reverse. due to him being the Reverse Flash. I do love these two in scale. I only have the angry face Barry. I do not have the smiley face one. I bought this one with the 2-pack with Red Death, who we will bring out here in just a second, guys. But I really do love the angry Barry. I know a lot of people don't like him. I love the angry Barry because he came with the Red Death, who torments him in the comics. But so does Reverse Flash. So he's not going to be happy when I'm taking photos and posting them up on my Instagram. He's going to be very pissed off, especially when him and Red Death team up to come after Barry. But with all that said, let's go ahead and bring out Red Death. So here we have him standing next to Red Death here, guys. And these two are definitely going to be teaming up and causing hell for Barry Allen. I actually love how it is a darker red with the silver on this one, and then the darker red blends kind of with this one, but then that yellow just really pops when he's standing next to him, especially when he's standing next to Barry himself. Just the way the colors for each other complement each other and just make each other's suits pop. Like, I just find myself, especially on camera, finding myself looking at Barry, then looking at Thawne, then looking at Barry, then looking at Thawne. Sorry, Red Death, you're just a darker red, so you don't really pop as much, but I do really love that bat logo on his chest. So, with all this said, you can also tell that Red Death is significantly smaller than Thawne, obviously, than Reverse Flash. With him being smaller, that doesn't bother me as much because he is about the same height as Barry. He looks taller than Barry now, but he's actually not. Trying to keep Barry in frame here. Barry is taller than him. Reverse Flash is taller than both of them. But I can make it work. Like I've said before in the past, in real life, people are not the same height. There's some short guys out there. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get Red Death out of here. Break out the other Flashes that I have. Yes, Flashes, plural. And we will compare them to this Reverse Flash as well. And here we have Reverse Flash scaled up with the other Flashes that I own. I did have a Jay Garrick one, but unfortunately, he broke. He was one of the earlier DC collectibles, and yeah, I guess the years wasn't kind to his leg of me posing him up on one leg in a running pose for photos. So RIP Jay Garrick. Maybe I'll pick him up. Maybe Mcfarlane will even do a Jay Garrick figure, and I'll pick that one up. But as for now, we just have Wally, the two berries, and I want to say that's another Wally one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's Wally's suit. But I really do love how his yellow pops compared to these, obviously all these different reds. He just really sticks out, and I'm also very excited to get his Reverse Flash. I know it's pretty much just this reuse of this with them flipping the emblem and making him red lines and yellow paint and some silver accents for his shoulder pads. But this guy compared to this guy, I don't know what he's thinking taking on this hulking Barry Allen Flash. He's obviously crazy. We all know he's insane. But I think he would know what would happen if this Barry, being as fast as he is, gets a hold of him. It's not going to be a good day. And there we have it, guys. Reverse Flash out of the packaging in a running pose, being chased by the Flash. He is the star of this show, so it's only fitting that he does get away from the Flash, right? So with all that said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If I had to rate this figure, I'm definitely giving this guy a 9 out of 10. There's only so many things I can find wrong with him, like his waistline not swiveling all the way. I know the Mcfarlane diaper, it's a softer plastic, but it does sometimes get in the way of the articulation of making him twist more. But it does make up for it when it comes to the ab crunch. I couldn't really find any like paint apps on this one, any mistakes. So I'm giving this guy a solid 9 out of 10. I really do love this. The yellow just catches my eye, as yellow normally does. The only thing I do wish, though, even though it's not about Barry right now, I do wish this yellow matched the yellow of his boots, because those are like yellow. This is more like a mustard yellow type. So if he is Reverse Flash, he would have the same color yellow as Barry's boots. But in this case, I would much rather Barry's boots be this mustard yellow. But I digress. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Smack a like, leave a comment, click the notification bell, and subscribe. I really do love all of you guys stopping by to watch these videos, but if you want to see more, click to subscribe. It really helps me out. With all that said, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you